Wildkids. How you doing? How you going? Here we are again. In the Aussie bush, in the woods. Gonna be exploring somewhere brand new today. I've never been here before. And I just thought, instead of like working out where I go and everything like that, this is going to be brand new together. Proper big adventure. And let's just see what we can find. We're not too far away from where we have been before, but it's somewhere new. So we've been all the way over to those trees over there, behind those trees over there. And we've been all the way over this way, but we haven't ever been in the middle. We've not done the middle. So I thought we'd have a look in the middle. Because over this holidays, because you're going on holiday soon, aren't you? But no one's going anywhere. So I thought, because you can't travel too much at the moment because of the having to stay in, what about doing something local? What about finding a place in the woods and maybe making a little den or an encampment so you can look at stuff in the wild? So today I'm looking at this new place to see if there's anywhere where we can build a base camp. Does that sound like a good idea? Yeah? Well, the whipbird likes it. Hear that? That was a whipbird. They're cool. Okay, so let's go down this path. Now I think people have been here before because it's quite a worn path, and as we're walking through I'll show you some of the things that are here, yeah? Is that good? Okay, so looking around, we've got these. We've seen these before. These are the Hakea trees, and there's those fun wonderful seeds. And over here, this we've seen before too. And this is the flannel plant, the flannel flower. And this guy has lost, this is just the seed pod here. And those beautiful white, soft, milky petals have all fallen off, because that's ready to spread its seed everywhere, all around here. And it's very beautiful. And we'll try and find one, not this time of year, because it's a bit early for them. But we'll try and find some in the spring and the summer to actually show you guys them with all their petals, because they're beautiful. Okay, now, shall we move on? Let's go. So we've got lots of grass and flax, and you can see all the seeds here. Now, the people who used to live as the indigenous people used to use these seeds to make a flour, and they used to eat it. Pretty amazing. And this is really good for fires. When it's really dry, you can make really good campfires with this because it burns really, really fast. So that's a really good one to remember. Okay, so let's keep walking down here. And what can we see? Look at this scribbly gum here, look. So it's all been, what a mess. Poor old thing, it's been in a right pickle, isn't it? So it's all been eaten out. Look, you can see all the holes from the termites and all the bugs that have been living in it. It's all gone crumbly. Now all that soil, all that soil turned to wood. No, all that wood has turned to soil. Get it the right way around, Trevor. Come on. So, all the soil that's gone down here, and there's been a bit of a fire as well, look. So this is burnt. So that's gone down now into the ground, and the roots from the bits of the tree that are living are still making it grow. There's still live leaves up there. It's still alive. Let's keep going anyway. Now, I have to be very careful with a perfect day for my journey stick, because we're going on a journey, and because the ground's uneven and a bit all over the place, I'm using it to be steady when I'm walking, because down there's a very steep cliff and you could fall down there and hurt yourself. So let's not fall down and hurt ourselves, because we're quite far away from everybody today, which is why I'm being extra careful. Now, we've got the leaves here of a banksia. Remember the little serrated edges there? It's very spiky, very good. Now, and here is probably the parent of that little seedling there. This old man banksia here. The bark feels brilliant. It's really lumpy and bumpy, and it's really good to put your hands over and feel the texture of it. It's very exciting stuff. Now, what else have we got here? Oh, this is the Devil's Mountain plant. Now that one's gone over as well, but bizarrely, look at that, it's all falling apart. It's done its job. So all those things go on the ground and they'll rot down when it gets wet, and they will bring nutrients back into the plants. Isn't that clever? Keep telling you, water plants. That's right, plants are clever. So I must say hello to all my wild kids everywhere. So my wild kids in Canada, how you doing? I've got my wild kid friend Heidi and Jaden in Connecticut. How are you doing? And also my wild kids in Towdreth and in Cornwall. My rest of my wild kids in Cornwall. Hello Abby, hello Rob, how you doing? Hello Teresa. Hello Paula. I keep getting all these hellos to say. They're going to end up saying hello to all these people and not have time to say anything else. It's crazy. Now, let's keep going up here. Hello Lara. Hello Frankie. Hello Nunu. Now, let's have a look here. So you've got, look at these here. Look. See these little buds? See these tiny little things? They're going to be flowers really, really soon. Now, I don't know what they are, so I'm going to have to look in my book when they actually come out. But those tiny little buds are just about getting ready to pop out. And remember, there's a lot of flowers that grow in winter in Australia because it's not as hot and doesn't make the frazzle all the flowers so quickly. So that's why we get a lot of flowers in winter. But then you get lots of wind and storms in winter as well. And look what happened here. There's three trees that have been blown over. Look, we've got one. Oh, just two. Actually, look, there's a tree that's split there, but that's just one tree. But this is the roots in the soil that are holding it all together. See that? See all these roots? So they all knit together and hold it in the ground so it doesn't fall over. But when the wind is too strong, even the trees can't stand up. And then sadly, they fall over. But it's all part of nature. It's all part of life in the forest. Now, sometimes underneath these stones around here, you might get something. So, I'm just going to pull it away from me and see if there's anything underneath. Let's have a look. Oh, look. Look at that pattern. Look at that pattern. And look at that root. There's a root in there as well. That's like the telegraph wires for trees, and they spread all the way across the forest and get nutrients, and they can send messages to them as well because plants are clever, I keep telling you. Now, all these holes have been made by ants. Now, the ants are living underground because that's a smart place to be, because they don't get eaten so much, and also it keeps them cool. Damp and moist ground is very good for ants. Now, let's have a look here. Oh, look. So just stopping here, look. You can see this teeny tiny mushroom. This teeny tiny plant. I'm not going to touch it because I don't know if it's poisonous or not. And here, look. See all these little bits of soil? So all the rotted vegetation that's fallen down and broken up, and all these bits of twig and leaf that are getting wet and starting to rot. Now that starts the nature in the whole great big cycle of life. So the funguses start to come out of all the woody matter, and then they break it down a little bit, and then the insects come along and they break it down a little bit more, and then the animals that eat the insects come along and they break it down a little bit more again, and that's the whole cycle of life. Isn't that amazing? Okay, right then, let's go this way. I'm going to go back the same way because my poor cameraman Alex, I don't want him falling over and hurting himself. Are we okay?
Yep, all good here.
Marvellous. Okay. Now don't forget, if you want to get in touch with me, you just click on my Facebook page, Wildkids is on to me at wildkidsaustralia@gmail.com and say hello and show me what you've been up to. Now, let's have a look down here. It's quite steep, And there's lots and lots of roots everywhere. So there's all the roots here have been spread out by this tree, by this, what's this one? Look. Do you remember what these leaves and these seeds are the tree of? Are the seeds of? It's a she oak, that's right, well done, yes. And here's one of the seed pods here, look. And you can see it's all opened up. You see that? It's all opened up. And that means all the seeds that are in those little pockets here have all popped out and they've all gone onto the ground, and hopefully, fingers crossed, very soon, another tiny tree. Let's see if I can find one with... Oh, these are all open as well, are they? Let's have a look. Isn't that cool? Isn't that clever? Yep, they're all open as well. Isn't that amazing? But up here, if you look up here, I can pull this one down. You can see that the seeds are still inside because they've not opened up. Look, you see the difference?
Apologies if your messages aren't getting through. We can't read them on the chat right now. It's a little bit of a weird signal thing.
Ah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Can you press the conversation on button? Is there a conversations on? Let's see if we can get some conversation going.
Yeah.
There we are. Now, okay, so I might keep those. Actually, I just dropped one, didn't I? Whoopsie. There he is. I'm going to keep those. They're going to go in my collection. They're cool. Don't forget, if you want to collect things, brilliant, fantastic, awesome, just to have a look and study them a bit more. But always pick the things up off the floor. Don't break the fresh plants and flowers off of the trees and plants, please. Okay? Because the bees and other bugs, they need them too. And they need them more than us. Now, sadly, a lot of these trees, you can see another one here has been blown over. Oh my goodness, look, this one's been in a fire. This one's been in a big fire. And it's all burnt out, but this one hasn't survived. This one hasn't made it. So we can look down here. Wow, look at this. Cool. That one, they got really telling how badly damaged and charred this poor tree was. And sadly, you can see all the leaves are brown on the branches, which means this tree hasn't made it. This tree didn't survive the fire at all and it's died. But around it, it's not about... This is going to all get... What's the word? Decomposed. And all decomposed back into the soil. And maybe the rain will come and maybe it'll wash all of the goodness over the cliff here and down. But in that valley, down below, there'll be lots and lots of nutrients for the plants to be growing down there. So it's not all terrible news. Okay, let's go back up here. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Another glorious day in Australia. Not a cloud in the sky. We are so lucky, and because of the winter, we've had some rain. So it's been really nice because it's kept everything quite fresh. And this time of year is really good because we do get lots and lots of mushrooms. So hopefully we might see some more. Okay. Now, oh look, there's another tree that's gone over there. Oh, now this tree's really interesting because, have a look. Now, tree, it's all fallen over. Oh dear, what a shame. But you'd think, but no, look. This tree is still alive because here, and it must have fallen over for quite some time because here's the trunk of the tree going along. But look here. Look at all its branches. They're going straight up. They're still trying to find the sunshine. They're still all the branches. If you look at all the trees, all trees are growing up, aren't they? They're growing up high to spread their branches out to get all of the leaves into the sunlight. Now this tree is doing the same thing. So instead of, if you look at the old branch, when it was standing up straight, it's going out sideways. But because it's still alive, you've got all these new branches that it's sprouted, and they're all going up towards the light, which is absolutely awesome. Now, let's go around here and let's have a look. So we'll keep on the path, or this path that we're kind of seeing here. Now, someone's been here before because they've marked it with paint. You don't need to use paint, because what you can do, if you want to remember where you've been, you can either use what the Native Americans used to do in old times, and that was they used to tie things to their journey stick, which is why they called it a journey stick, and then trace the steps back. But what you can also do is you could get some twigs like this, and you could make a cross.
Welcome to Danny, thank you for tuning in.
Hey Danny, how are you going? So now we've got a cross on the ground. So if I was walking around going, I did it, oh, I'm lost. Now the best thing to do is when you're lost is to retrace your steps. So if I go back and I'm looking on the ground and I remember there was stones, oh, I've been here, there's a cross. Trevor was here. So that's good, but I'm going to move those to the side just in case someone else has put a cross somewhere and it doesn't get, so they don't get lost as well. Okay, now let's go off the path. Should we go off the path? Should we see what we can find? We might find something really exciting. We might find nothing, which would be rubbish. But let's go through here anyway. Oh look, there's a mushroom there, look. See this guy, see, but almost going over, look at that. Oh, now that doesn't look edible, does it? Now lots and lots of fungus and mushrooms and toadstools you cannot eat. Now this doesn't look very appetizing, and I think it's gone over. So I would suggest never eating something like this, and always check what they are with grown-ups. And grown-ups, get a really good book if you're going to get into mushrooms, and go with someone who knows what they're talking about. Now, all these little veins here, they're not veins, they're called gills. And the seeds, these are just basically where they hold the seeds, or in mushrooms' case, the spores. So inside here, there would have been tiny, 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 tiny spores, almost like dust. And when the mushroom opens up, it's usually in a ball, and then it opens up and pop, all the spores would have gone around here. So if there's one that sometimes you see mushrooms in a ring, in a big circle. But there's a beauty, that one. And that's actually, oh look, here, see? Just here. So it's just going around in this circle around here. So, here's another one. Pull this on, this is just popping up, look. And there we are, be very delicate with it. See, that one's there. So that's actually, the fungus is all underneath the ground. And that's actually the flower. Isn't that clever? So, let's go through here. We'll go through the bush here. Okay, alright. Let's keep going here. Oh, look! There's some beautiful pink flowers here. Look at these guys. Now this is a baronia, and look at the bee on it. There's a bee there, busy going around looking for some nectar to have a little drink to take it back to the hive, and he's a little honeybee. Now there's lots and lots of different varieties of bees in Australia. Some are really tiny and some are quite big, but these guys are very, very busy trying to get something to eat, and then they'll take all the nectar back to the hive and give it to the queen, and then the queen will put it in her hive for all the baby bees. It's a very, 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 very busy thing, a bee. That's why you're called busy bees. Now, let's go over here. See what else we can find. Now we can't. Oh look, there's one of those Devil's Point flowers again. Devil's Point flower? I'll have to look it up again. I can't remember. I've got a terrible memory. Because I'm old and decrepit. So let's keep going through here. Oh! Wow! Look at this! Look at this here! That's rad. Now that's fungus as well, guys. Now I'm not going to touch this one with my hands because I don't know if it's poisonous or not. And sometimes the poison from mushrooms that can get through your pores of your skin. Look at that. Isn't that great? Wow. That's cool. I've never seen one of those before. And I'm going to tell you about those. What I'm going to do after we've done this live stream. Look, there's another bit there. Look. Well, after we've done this live stream, and this is going to be another tree. I'll give you. I'll put a picture up of this, and then I will tell you what they are. Isn't that fascinating? What a beautiful colour! Isn't that amazing? Gorgeous. Okay, and there's more here too. So this is all coming up because of all the decomposing material on the ground. Oh wow! Look, there's so many mushrooms here. Look, fungus toadstools. Look, these guys down here, all doing the same job, just like flowers in a garden. All doing the same job. Those are tiny. And again, these ones don't know what they are, so we don't pick them. We're not going to touch them with our hands, and we're going to be very careful and delicate with them, just to show you what they are. See, they're tiny. They're coming so many different shapes and sizes, don't they? I didn't realise. Excuse me, I did not realise there were so many different things to be seen here. I'm so glad we've come here today. How exciting. So, let's have a look over here, see what else we can see. Oh look, there's more here. There's a lot here. So obviously that plant, it could be just the one plant, and it's grown all the way along here and all around here, because the ground's quite tough. It's very sandy, lots of stones, so it's not easy for things to grow. But life seems to find a way, doesn't it? And it's so clever. All these grasses, and I think it's a bit like boggy, because it's like this. All these roots would have held in the water. Oh look! Now I know what mushroom this is. Look at this one, guys. I'm getting out of the shadow. Look at this one.
Sorry.
Now this is a very cool mushroom called a fly agaric. Now that is bright red with white bits on it. It's got a little bit of dirt on it as well. But this guy is very, very poisonous. This will make you very, very sick. So you do not touch it. You just look at it. Because the other thing with these, you might have seen these before. If you read stories, and particularly fairy stories, you might see pixies and fairies sitting on these. Now, all my wild kids in Cornwall will know all about the Cornish pixie, or the piskie. And they are so small that they actually make houses in these. Not these ones, they need to be a bit bigger than this. They wouldn't build one in this one. But they are everywhere in Cornwall. And little people could be everywhere. We just don't see them because they're so tiny. Maybe they're flying around when we can't see them, all behind us, making jokes. And Cornish pixies are very naughty because they hide things. And you have to ask for them back. Okay, now, so that's a fly agaric. Now, when it's like that, see, it's like that. It's not actually spread out yet to spread all its seeds around. Let's have a see if I can. I'm going to get my knife and I'm going to cut it open. Or just knock it off. There we go. Now look, see inside. See, it's not ready to. It's gone a bit dried out, so I think it has let a lot of its seeds go. So if you look in here, I can open this one up. See all the gills? So those gills there would have loads of spores in them, and they would then spread those seeds. Yeah, it's empty. It's empty, so it's actually spread its seeds already. But they can get a lot wider. See, look, tiny little spaces. And all in between those spaces will be tiny spores. And something's been trying to eat it as well, look.
Just Douglas says, hi Trevor, loving this.
Oh, hi Just, how are you, sweetie? Miss you. Miss you. Hope you're well. So, these guys are very, very poisonous. So if it's red like that, and you don't know what is red, means danger, doesn't it? A lot of times. And if you see a red stripy caterpillar, you don't eat those or touch those, because they say, get off me, I'm dangerous. Now these guys, red mushrooms, do not touch them. Okay, so I've just used my knife. So I'm just going to put that away. I'm going to go home now and wash my knife, and I'm also going to wash my hands when I get back. Now, you see all these holes here as well? Look, termites have been here. It's all broken down. The termites have had to go eating all this tree. See, look at that. Cool. And it's so dry. So papery, look. And crumbly. Crumbs, crumbs, crumbs. Okay, now, I think we should go and have a look at these scribbly gums here, because these look amazing. They're really old, really big at the bottom, so it means they're really old. Now, let's have a look over here. Oh look, there's some more the Hackia tree. We've got Banksias. We've got those beautiful Baronias again. That's a beautiful pink flower, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous flower. And look at the petals. 1, 2, 3, 4 petals on a Baronia. Lots of flowers have 5, but a Baronia has 4. Now look at this guy here. Look at all the scribbly gum here. Hello. Hello. Ha! Look at that. You can see all the way through it. It's me. It's me. Now, this tree here, look. It's got everything going on. So, oh, this one's been through the ringer. So it's got bugs living inside the bark, and when it sheds its bark like this, that's when all the bugs are seen. But they're just on the bark here. It's going up, and then these come out. Tiny little moths. Tiny little moths. Now in here, look, we've got a cluster of mushrooms. See these guys here? Got a cluster of mushrooms and some down here, because a lot of the wood around here is decomposing, like we said before. It's had the fire, but look how thick and around here is. That means this tree is still strong. It's not as strong as it was, obviously, but it's still growing, it's still trying, and it's beautiful, this bark. Beautiful colour as well, and it's this beautiful silvery colour, and they're really smooth, they're beautiful. These are really good for bark rubbing. So if you wanted to get your piece of paper and a crayon and rub it, these are really, really good for bark rubbing. Okay, and another guy over here, look how wide this guy is. Look at that. And he's got so big he's got wrinkles. Look. Look at those wrinkles. He's got so fat, he's got a really wrinkly neck. Okay, now, let's go, I think, let's explore through here. Because we've got all these tea tree bushes here. Now these are really important for bees in the summer, because they have tiny, tiny little flowers, and if you can scratch the leaves, they smell lovely. It's good for your skin, tea tree. Okay, now look at this. So round here, it's been quite wet because it's quite flat, and all the tree roots are stopping the water escaping, but it can't flow into the soil. So it's almost like a marsh. So that's why all these tree grasses, and lots of these grasses here you'd find in marshland, which is really interesting. And look at these mosses here. See all these different kinds of mosses that are growing. There's so much different species and life here. We're very lucky to have seen all this, and more mushrooms there. Like I said, I'm going to show you the mushrooms. I'll do another little thing, and I'll show you the pictures of these mushrooms and give you their names, because I don't know them. I wish I did, but I'm not that clever. Okay, now, even here, look. Now this fallen down tree, you've got this beautiful orange. Look at this one. Look at that guy. So that one's really good. And it's growing out of the bark, because this tree has gone over and is slightly dying and decomposing, and you can see all these roots all here, and the way the soil is held onto them. Okay, now look at it. Oh my goodness me, this goes on and on and on. Wow, this is amazing. And there's a different kind of Banksia here. Now this one's fallen over because the ground's bad, but it's just starting to grow flowers here, so it's still okay-ish. It's still okay. Right then, let's have a go. Now, there's so much more for me. There's so much to see. There's so much more to see. Look at this. I'll just show you this one more thing. Look at that. So this is all rotted out, and so you've got a great big hole here. And holes like this are really important as well, because one, you can...
Hello?
Hello! Well, it's again, hello.
Hello?
Holes like this in trees are vital for birds to live in, or snakes to live in, pythons. I've seen pythons living in holes like this. Maybe I'll find one. So, I could keep going like this all day because it's so exciting around here. It's so good. But I'm going to do a bit more exploring, and I'm going to find a perfect place to make a base camp. Okay? So, I'm going to get on with that, and you guys can get on with the rest of your day. And thank you so much again for watching and all your support over the last few weeks, because it has been amazing. And we've had some real good times, and it's been really, really fun, isn't it? So I come back in to see you, I've got so many exciting things to show you, haven't I? It's been so good, and I'm sure you've got so many exciting stories to tell me as well. It could be brilliant. So, until next time, thanks so much for watching and joining in, and I hope to see you beautiful people really, really soon. So, I'll see you later. Bye.